Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos for more updates about your lovely Zeeworld update. So the last update about once there was a king. Lacan sells his blood to get money for the king's mother's treatment, and Grandma continues to frustrate Rani's life in the palace. Let's continue. Lacan tells the king's mother that she made him a real son. Rani and Raja comes there. The king's mother goes to prepare food. Rani offers helping her. They head towards the kitchen. Rani kneads the flour, putting it over her forehead. He cleans her forehead and smiles, looking at her. There was a hole in the bread that Rani made, at which he laughs. They come out to play the marbles. Lacan teaches Raja the trick to throw marbles. He hugs Raja at his victory. Rani hugs the king's mother. She then goes to drop Raja in the palace. Raja and Rani climb through the window into Raja's room. Raja was relieved. Rani has to leave. Raja gifted Rani with his watch. He says that it is the best day of his life. Up till now, he thought that only Grandma loved him, but today he realized her friendship for him. It is a gift. Raja calls her to be his family, and him being hers, they hug each other. Grandma and Jivan watches this. Bindu brings a food plate and drops it at the door. Rani gets apart from Raja and turns to leave. In the corridor, the light gets off at once. They turn on and off as Jivan tries to make Rani afraid. Grandma comes as a witch in front of Rani. Rani tells Grandma that she is really afraid. Everyone gathered around Rani, who lay on a floor snake game. She stands up and looks around. Grandma tells Rani that this is her second challenge. She tells her the rules. The snake bite will take her to death, at which the stairs will have to answer a question to climb up. Rani accepted the challenge, but on a condition, that she is accepting the challenge so that she will decide the rules. Rani asked Grandma if she would get defeated by a 7-year-old Gayatri. She demanded a 1 rupee raise in each servant's salary at each tier. Grandma says that on each of wrong answer, she will get beaten by her stick. Raja asks Rani not to accept this condition. Rani calculates if she climbs all the stairs, all the servants will get 10% raise in salaries. She begins the game. Grandma asks her first question. It was, I never was but still ever was. No one ever saw me, still everyone live in this world because of me. Grandma watches Jivan read the answers from a paper. Rageshwari comes to hug Kal from behind. She says that she heard the woman in Nari Nikita will get the gift from a woman. She wants to go with him. Kal says Rageshwari will come with him, but she won't give away the gift and Swana will. He explains to Rageshwari that he gives the right to a widow, as it would help him in this election. Rageshwari will make Swana up to go there. Rageshwari denies going there. Kal clutches Rageshwari's neck and orders her to go there. Jivan begins to count down. Grandma gives Rani the answer to be future. Rani curses herself for not being able to give a simple reply. Grandma comes to beat her. Jivan takes Grandma's permission to beat her. Grandma happily gives the stick to Jivan. Jivan puts water on the stick and asks Rani to forward her hand. Raja comes to warn Jivan about repenting. He requested Grandma to stop Jivan. Grandma still suggested Rani to back up, but she throws the dice again. It comes out to be 6er, another 6er, and then 5. She was bitten by a snake and comes down. All at once, she reaches 90 by climbing a stair. Grandma reads another riddle. Who is larger than God? Rani says it is nothing. Rani was getting victorious in the game. Rageshwari makes up Swana to give a gift to an old lady at Nari Nikitan. Swana was watching the king's mother's photo, and she denies going there. Rageshwari says it is rightly said, a monkey never value pearls. Swana says a monkey is the one who dances at the beating of someone else's drum. She will never do any act in which Kal is benefited. Raja urges Rani to think well about her last question. He prays for Rani. Rani holds the locket and asks for help. Rani remembers that the king's mother tells her about it once. She replies correctly. Jivan announces Rani as won. The servant comes to cheer and hoot Rani Gayatri. Grandma scolds Jivan for announcing Rani's victory. Now she would have to give them food for 3 times and extra wages. Swana brings milk for Bindu. Rageshwari was narrating a story to Bindu about the wish of a princess and a prince. Swana comes looking for Bindu. Rageshwari tells Bindu that the prince never loved the princess. After that, a handsome servant came into the princess' life. Swana scolds Bindu to go back to her room and questions Rageshwari what she has been doing. She warns Swana about narrating the whole story to Bindu. Swana assures to narrate it to Bindu herself, but she is too young for this. Rageshwari takes the condition for Swana to come along for the prize distribution. Swana agrees. The king's mother anxiously waited for Rani. She asks if Lakan knows about Raja's home. Lakan assures that she would come by herself. The king's mother was hopeful about the change of fate once they get money. Raja cries for Rani's bruises in her hand. He calls her a really mischievous. He was rubbing turmeric over her hand and assures to do her work. Raja asks about the work and help her with it as she instructs him. Grandma was upset watching this. She says that there was one king and one queen before them. She cannot allow a second story now. The servant boasted that their luck changed because of Rani. Grandma comes to distribute the wages today. Nim tells Grandma about the calculations. Grandma says to Gulabo that it is a good going. She is pregnant and she got a raise in the salary. Grandma stops her and reminds her about breaking 4 glasses last week. Nim says that each glasses cost 15 rupees. Grandma snatches the salary and orders to keep the next 3 months' salary as well. Gulabo gets to her feet. Still, Grandma doesn't accept. Nim distributes the servant salaries. Rani thanks Raja for his help. Raja says that when she will get a salary, she must give her a party. Rani promises to feed him with sweets. They watch Jivan coming with a bowl from the corridor. Rani owes her shawl. Jivan coughs, then leaves his plate on the floor. The servant comes there. Rani asks why they are worried. Gulabo laughs and says nothing. Rani demands her to swear. They were reluctant. Gulabo tells Rani that they lost everything and narrates to her about the whole story. Grandma had kicked them all up. Rani calls her a witch. Raja insists that Grandma is very nice. He wonders what had happened to her. Rani tells Raja that she does alike. Tomorrow, this witch is going to a prize distribution and she won't leave her in peace tomorrow. Thank you for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like my videos and share. And please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.